Which is Rob Morgan
from Stranger Things, Daredevil.
How are you doing?
How are you?
Peace, I'm good. I'm blessed.
So, come in the middle.
Are we standing or sitting?
Yeah, we can just stand here for a little while. We were just sitting all the time.
Yeah.
So maybe, yeah, we can see each other. You can just say hello to yourself right now.
What's happening? What's happening?
Yeah. You are an actor.
Yeah, I'm an actor. I'm a storyteller. I like to be a storyteller, you know.
Okay, what were you acting? Where were you involved with? Which project?
Oh, man, I'm like Netflix's child. I'm in a lot of Netflix projects. I'm in Luke Cage, Daredevil, Stranger Things. Just shot a series called Godless. That's for Netflix. In a film called Mudbound that Netflix just bought at Sundance for $12.5 million. That'll be out in October. What else? I have an episode of Defenders coming out and an episode of Punisher coming out. I don't know if Netflix even wanted me to say that, so I'm giving you all some exclusive right now, you know. And
yeah, very nice.
Yeah, man, that's about it.
Let's go a few steps behind. Where do you come from? You came from Brooklyn, that's right?
I'm here from Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, I've been in Brooklyn for 20 years. I was actually born in New Bern, North Carolina. I grew up in D.C., Northern Virginia area, and I've been in Brooklyn, New York for 20 years, pursuing my craft.
Yeah. Oh, Star Wars is going on again. So you had Luke Cage, you mentioned it, you got Stranger Things, Daredevil. There was is everything a little bit fantasy, like sci-fi maybe. Is this your thing? Do you like sci-fi fantasy and all that role play stuff maybe?
Man, I like who's ever gonna give me the check.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I appreciate all genres. I really enjoy playing on Stranger Things. That's the supernatural thriller. That's like one of my most favorite. Wow, I am shiny up here. Woo! Okay, yeah, it's warm in here. But yeah, I like playing the supernatural thriller stuff. I like playing Turk Barrett on Luke Cage and Daredevil because, you know, that's just fun play. You know, a lot of the stuff we get, it could be very heady, but I feel like Turk Barrett is just somebody I can come up and just have fun. Because if I'm not having fun, you can't have fun. You know what I mean? So yeah, I like having fun.
Yeah. Did you ever enjoy a convention like this where a lot of cosplayers are running around or in costumes or something like that? Is there something else like that in the U.S.?
Yeah, I did the Comic-Con in New York City. I was invited by a college friend of mine. We went to Virginia State University. His name is Steve Howard. He's a comic book artist, and he had an extra ticket for me to come and participate at the New York City Comic-Con. And it was just as huge and big and all the enthusiasm. I love the support, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you told me before, it's your first time here in Germany, ever.
My first time in Europe, man, and wow. I'm loving it. Y'all are beautiful, man.
Okay, what do you think? It's different to America or nearly the same for your first impressions?
What's the difference between?
Between America and Europe for your first impression?
Oh, for my first impression, I feel like America takes a lot of its swag from Europe. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, wow, this looks so like Chicago, but yet I know this was before, you know, like, this looks so much like Central Park in New York City, but I know, you know, we kind of got the idea from Europe. So, yeah, I feel like Europe might be a couple steps ahead on the, like, design and the swag and the chill, you know?
Okay, let's get a step behind from the filming industry. What do you think about gaming? Do you play games by yourself, or?
I'm a chess player, man. My game is chess. I play game, like, we play in the parks in New York City, in Bryant Park a lot. I'm a big chess player, so that's kind of like my video game, man. Yeah.
So you never play video games at all?
Probably not since college, you know, not since college, because actually just surviving and chasing your dream, you really don't have that much time for me, you know, for what I'm doing. I don't have that much time for video game, yeah.
Yeah, so I saw there's a new project for you coming up. You're just involved in Godless, which is a new Netflix exclusive series. Can you talk about it?
Oh man, Godless, written and directed by Scott Frank. It's a Western. I get to play a Buffalo soldier named John Randall. And and it's actually based on a town that's all women. So the town is just all women. And then, you know, of course, I can't tell you what happens, but it's definitely a beautiful project and a beautiful concept, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Is it different from the Marvel things or Stranger Things you've done before?
Oh man, yeah, it's very different because, you know, in Marvel I get to play like this informant, this street guy that's kind of, you know, laid back. Stranger Things, I get to play this officer from Indiana, you know, that's kind of like a step behind. And then in Godless, I'm playing this Buffalo soldier. So I don't know if you all are familiar with Buffalo soldiers, but Buffalo soldiers were like the Africans at the time that the U.S. government had enlisted in order to wipe out the Native Americans. So it's a lot of deep history with that character. So it's way more still, you know, it's way more internal. It's way more, is deeper. So yeah, those are three different characters completely.
Yeah, so the Marvel things, maybe they just got a little sense of humor in it. There is always a little funny, I would say.
Yeah. And I mean, Marvel is play. It's, you know, it's light, you know. I mean, everything looks big and explosive, but really we're just entertaining you, you know.
If Rob Morgan don't play in movies or playing chess, what he did in his free time with your family, what do you do?
Oh man, I love working out. You know, I do like pull-ups, push-ups, dips, all that kind of stuff. Me too. Yeah. Yeah, we got a Von King Park in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. You know, it's a group of us. We go out there and work out in the mornings.
Oh yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, and then if I'm not doing that, I'm playing chess. If I'm not doing that, I'm like doing some martial arts. You know, anything that keeps my mind and body sharp for what I want to do. You know, I pretty much my life is catered towards my profession.
Which means you like to be outside.
I love being outside. But then I'm also an introvert too. You know, I could sit in the house for like 2 days straight and not come out and be cool, you know.
Yeah, that's great. So you meet a lot of friends too in your free time when you're not on set?
Do I have a lot of friends?
No, do you meet them? I assume you have.
I mean, you know, I'm one of them brothers. I have like few friends and a lot of associates. You know what I mean? Because it takes a lot to call somebody your friend. But I have a lot of associates, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds very good. So you're from New York, you're from Brooklyn, you said that. And comparing to Europe, what's the difference? What's the big difference? Cologne, New York.
Cologne, New York. You know, I'm going to be real frank and honest with you all. Like, there's a racial tension that's high in America. And I can go in places and be the only black guy and feel it, like, immediately. But for some reason here in Europe, I don't really feel that. You know, I feel like everybody's pretty much like looked at as human here. So I really love that part for my personal experience. Somebody else may have a whole nother experience, but I really recognize that because I've been in places here in Europe where I was the only black guy, but I didn't feel like it was beams being shot at me. I didn't feel like it was like tension and looks, you know what I mean? But in America, that's an everyday thing for a black man.
Yeah. So we are here at the RPC, which is the Role Play Convention. You played some roles before. Since when are you in acting? I was just typing down 2004 was your first appearance in a movie or in a series. So what got you into acting?
Oh man, my very first acting job, I played 5 days background extra on this film Contact. Contact had Jodie Foster and Matt McConaughey. And the way I got that job was I pretty much saw them place a character, and I said, wow, that's where I need to be in order to get seen on film. So I went and stood in this spot for like 5 hours. I didn't move. And then ultimately, they started building the set around me. And then they placed Jake Busey right here, and that was the character. And so when they said action for the background to make noise, instead of me making an inaudible noise that nobody would understand, I said something that was pertaining to the scene from what I learned about the movie, you know, just from listening. So when Jodie Foster goes to walk in and ask the president for more money, me being from D.C. at the time, which was shot in D.C., I felt, oh no, I'd rather use that money for my community. So I flipped that feeling into telling Jodie Foster, hey, there's nothing out of space, don't waste my tax dollar, get a real job. And the movie, Robert Zemeckis, whoever edited it, they actually included that in the movie. So when I went to go see the movie for the first time, I saw myself and heard myself on screen, and it instantly told me that's what I have to do. And ever since then, I've just been pursuing this craft, and now I'm here on stage at Letsplay4Charity talking at the RPC convention. You know what I mean? That's really how it happened.
Yeah, that's a great story, actually, because did you ever felt like, I want to be an actor, or is it just, it came through?
You know what, man, growing up in the streets and stuff like that, man, you kind of learn acting just to survive. But then as you mature and you have a chance to live a dream, by the grace of God, I was realizing, hey, I could take this skill and put it in the right environments, learn some technique, and then maybe I can package and sell this. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much what acting is. I think we're all actors. Everybody's an actor. Like right now, you're talking to me different than you would talk to your girlfriend, your mom. You're talking to me different than you would talk to your brother or a girl you just saw at the club. Those are various personalities we all have. Everybody has it. The trick is learning how to package it and sell it. That's really all it is, in my opinion. Somebody else can come up here and tell you something different, but that's really what it is.
Yeah, that's a great point of view of it. When you were involved into Luke Cage, which is from Marvel, do you got any franchise in the Marvel universe which is your favorite one, like Spider-Man or something like that?
I don't really have a favorite, you know, but I will say I appreciated Luke Cage because it was it very much reflected a culture, like with imagery and music that was beautiful to see. You know, I had 2 episodes in it, but my one scene in one of the episodes is like one of the most like popular scenes of the whole series. So yeah, I enjoy that. I like shooting in Harlem. It was shot in Harlem, at least my part was. And so yeah, Luke Cage was exciting. Yeah.
So we have to stop now. The time is over, so we thank a big thank you that you visited us here.
Hey, thank you.
Very nice.
A round of applause, please, for Rob Morgan.
Thank you.